Do you need more instructors on your mat, but you're just not sure how to actually get them to operate at the same level that you would? This video, we break it apart and I show you how to do it. Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer Waters. I am the Sales and Systems Sensei. Thanks so much for joining. Today, I want to break apart what we've done inside of our own flagship dojo that does over 7 figures a year. We have multiple team members that are with us, over 20 in fact. And so growing and creating martial arts instructors is not only a goal, it is a necessity. Today, I want to break apart some of the key elements so you can take the same exact framework that we have inside of our 7-figure dojo and you can implement it inside of your school. The main thing that I want to get across to you is that if you do not have a leadership team in place, now is the time to get this in place. These are volunteers. These are people that raised their hand that said, yes, I want to be a part of this community. I want to make sure that I am out there helping you achieve your mission and achieve your goal. There's a ton of people, and sometimes we just think that we have to shoulder this burden all by ourselves. Or we might think, well, if I bring somebody on leadership, they're not going to be qualified. What will my students think if some volunteer is teaching classes and I'm not actually teaching classes? And I would say there are some valid points there. You can't just let a volunteer teach all of your classes and then not have any correction or not have any input into that. I actually am on the other side where most martial arts school operators take their highest ranking belt, might be a black belt, might be somebody who's been with you for 5-10 years, and they say, oh, you've been with me for 5 or 10 years, you go teach. And then they give them free reign to teach whatever they want. That is not an organized or structured way to make sure that students coming up have the same quality. Because remember, you're the one who taught that person for 5 or 10 years. You have expectations in your mind. Just because you have those expectations doesn't mean that that person who's now volunteering and teaching your classes will carry forward those same expectations unless you create a structure around it. So the very first thing would be creating a leadership team and having parameters there. When you have that leadership team in place, think about what exactly you would want them doing. You know, can you have a leadership team that are filled with children or youth? Yes. Can you have them with adults? Yes. The most important thing is being able to nominate those people, train those people, and have them assisting in classes with a framework. So make sure that you keep that in mind. As you build this leadership team, the next thing that you want to focus on is community. And if you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how to create such a dynamic community with your leadership team that they will stay with you and be loyal. I know that's another reason that a ton of people are like, I don't want to build a leadership team because if I teach them how to lead, they're going to leave me. And that's not the truth if you can have this final element, which I'm going to tell you at the end of this video. So you got to hang around. When you're building this community of leaders and leadership, make sure it is actually a community feel. Those people have to be brought together. You know, a community is a similar group of people who believe in a similar thing, and most of the time they're also able to convene at a similar time, right? So you've got to make sure that you have that community built where you're convening, you're coming together. Just putting somebody on a leadership team and saying, oh, now you're wearing a different uniform or you have a different t-shirt and you're a leader, by the way, doesn't make them a part of a community inside of your martial arts school. So you want to make sure that you building that community, set a specific time. That time can be training that they come in and do. Maybe they do it every few weeks. Maybe they do it once a week, once a month, once a quarter. It doesn't really matter the frequency right now. There's an optimal frequency. We actually teach this inside of our program that helps martial arts school owners scale profitably to 6 and 7 figures. And we teach them how to leverage this in the right timing and how to nominate people, how to talk to them, all of these different things. Right now, if you're trying to implement this, I want you to start thinking about, okay, what are some ways that I can connect them into a community? And if you want to dive deeper into that, you want to have me help you do that, then make sure that you join our free Facebook group where you can come in, you can see what it's like inside of our community, and then we can always chat via DM about whether or not our program is going to help you in your particular situation and if it makes sense for us to work together. Now, the last thing, the thing that you've been waiting for, the thing that I said, make sure that you stick around until the end of this video, you must have progression. What that means is that once somebody comes inside of your leadership team, do you have a place for them to actually go? Can they climb the ladder, so to speak, as a leader? It's kind of like taking a student and saying, there's no other belt rank, there's no other achievement after black belt. That's it. Or there's no other belt rank or achievement after blue belt. Or there's no other rank or achievement after you've won your first fight. Telling somebody that means that they're going to leave. They're going to get bored with just being stuck in the same place. You don't want to do that. You want to progress, whether you want to progress in business or you want to progress in your martial arts. You have a progression in mind. Many times we forget to communicate that to the people that are on our leadership team. What is the progression? What's the reason to hang around? And no, it's not because they get to lord their authority over more people, but they need to see that there is a difference between starting at level 1 leader to level 5. I'm just making that up on the spot. You come up with what the differences are. But the most important point, like I said, have that progression, have it built in, have requirements, and make sure that you're cultivating a culture of leadership within your martial arts school. And like I said, if you want more help with this, then I invite you, come inside our free Facebook group, 7-Figure Dojo Secrets for martial arts school owners. It's exclusive to martial arts school owners. We drop trainings every single week. You get to connect with a community of like-minded individuals, and we invite you to come inside. Until next time, guys, keep being awesome.